What's good with the people, man? You know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. Who? It's your partner, man. Who? It's your partner, man. You know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. Who? You know what I'm talking about? Who? Who? You know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. Who? What's good with the people, man? How's y'all doing on this Ferocious Facts Friday? You say Ferocious Facts Friday? What you talking about, bro? We gonna get into it, but before we do that, what's good, people? Like hee ha ha, man. Ken in the pen, man. You know what I'm talking about? All my folks incarcerated, all my folks who ain't, everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on the top of that thing. Keep that head up. Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. Swing that finger, young man. Worldwide INC. What you say, bro? Worldwide Incorporated. What you say, bro? Worldwide. They gonna say what that mean. Everybody included, bro. Bring it on in. Indugu. Mike. Cutthroat, you know what I'm talking about? Lil Rue, not Lil Rube. Lil Rue, Tata the player, that's who comes next. Same thing, bro. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing, man. Keep that head up, you know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. Now let's get through these disclaimers, man. Now, good bit like myself, man. I don't promote no drug usage, drug sellage, alcohol consumption. Don't you take a sip of the sippage. Don't do it. You know what I'm talking about? Good bit like myself. You know what I'm talking about, man? I don't promote no crime. I don't promote no violence. I don't promote no domestic violence. Keep your hands off the people. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no negativity. No. Me, man, I don't promote shh. They say, well, bro, I don't promote shh. You know what I'm talking about? All I promote is y'all go ahead, do what you're going to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you find the right thing to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen, because we don't know how much of it we got, man. Good brother like myself, man. I ain't prejudiced, nah, man. Good brother like myself, man. I ain't got nothing against the sexually different, man. Good brother like myself, man. I ain't got nothing against the little people, nah, man. Me, man, I ain't got nothing against nobody. They was talking to me, man. I just love me some everybody, as a matter of fact. I'm on a quest, you know what I'm talking about? Bringing that peace, you know what I'm talking about? That joy, you know what I'm talking about? That love. What'd you say, bring that love? You know what I'm talking about? Back to the community, back to YouTube community. You with me? All right, check it out. Man, come fuck with a nigga one time, man. You know what I'm talking about, man? What's good with the people, man? How's y'all doing on this Ferocious Facts Friday? You say what you talking about, bro? Ferocious Facts? They say, bro, but Ferocious Facts, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to everybody that's good with their hands, but not good with hand soap. You know what I'm talking about? I see you, Dick. You know what I'm talking about? Man, listen, man. Keep your hands clean. You can say my hands be ashy as hell, man. But you ain't gonna find my fingernails. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't gonna find my hands dirty, man. You gotta wash your hands, man. They yours. You know what I'm talking about? They yours. Nephew says, oh, man, old lady. Nephew says, oh, man, old lady. He was like, Rose lady. God damn, man. They say, why you fuck with it like that? Because if I don't, ain't nobody else is. That's gonna be my moniker right there, too, man. My partner, I talked to my partner the other day. You know what I'm talking about? That's what my nigga say. He said, man, if you don't do it, ain't nobody else is, man. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to my real niggas. You know what I'm talking about? My real niggas. You know what I'm talking about? Ferocious Facts. What's Ferocious Facts, bro? We just keeping it real. You niggas act like hoes. Ferocious Facts. I say, what a nigga, Ferocious Facts, man. You know what I'm talking about? We living in a world where it's cool to act like a hoe. Ferocious Facts. We living in a motherfucking world where our alliance to the gang, 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 don't mean shit. Because our alliance with these invisible people, that's who our loyalty to. Ferocious Facts. You know what I'm talking about? They gonna say, bro, here you go, bro. We done took it too far in the name of content. I keep telling you, y'all could, listen, bro. You can get everybody else. You know what I'm talking about? You just can't get me with that shit, bro. That shit ain't no content, bro. Helping the police ain't content. Snitching ain't content, bro. Putting words in the DA mouth, that's not content, nigga. Ferocious Facts. That's helping the police. Ferocious Facts, man. You know what I'm talking about? I done seen 30 motherfuckers, folks. At different times, different people, bro. 30 motherfuckers ever since this shit been going on out here in the real world come up here and say, this shit gonna go something like this. And then gets the commence to putting words in the DA mouth. gets to commence to putting words in the judge's mouth. I wouldn't give a fuck what kind of case you done fought. I wouldn't give a fuck what how many times you done been in jail, if you done been in federal jail, state jail. I wouldn't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, I seen that shit firsthand with my daddy, nigga. He ain't tell me nothing, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? I seen that shit firsthand with my daddy, folks. When I was just a little nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I ain't bullshitting, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Ferocious facts, folks. I wouldn't give a fuck how many cases you done fought, how many cases you done beat. That shit don't matter, bro. You can't sit here and tell another, bro, you don't know what kind of counsel another nigga got, bro. You don't know what kind of tricks this nigga counsel got up his sleeve, bro. So for you, any nigga, bro, any of you niggas to get up here and say this is how it's gonna go, bro, you ain't doing nothing but helping the police and you projecting some shit on another man, bro. That's what you doing, ferocious facts. We don't know what the fuck the judge gonna do. We don't know. I don't give a fuck if it's federal or state. Now, you could assume, man, the feds don't play nothing. Nigga, I know niggas that beat the feds, nigga. The fuck is y'all talking about? I wouldn't give a fuck about that 98% or 99% conviction rate, bro. I know niggas that took the feds to trial and won, nigga. I do. You know, I don't know what y'all. I know niggas that took the feds to trial and won, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's just a bunch of misinformation, bro. Niggas run around talking about, man, the feds ain't got no deals. Yes, they do. They do. You ain't even got to tell, nigga. You could take about a 15 and 30 piece. That's they deals. You know what I'm talking about? A 10 piece. Yeah, the feds deals coming on. I want to say from 5 to 10 pieces on up. I think they deals, you can be they deals might start at 10. I don't know. Depends on your case. It depends on you. What you doing? Ferocious facts, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And we done got into a world too much, bro, where we get to projecting and just create narratives in the name of content, bro. And that shit ain't nothing but helping the police. Ferocious facts. Yo, ferocious facts, bro. Any of that shit we doing coming up here, bro, us trying to bust. Now, this is what I don't get. Now, you might think of a nigga as a sucker. All right, that's your opinion of a nigga. If a nigga out here standing on code, bro, if a nigga out here standing on gang, bro, I don't see what the point is to come, because what we end up doing is we end up trying to put the real niggas down for the nerds. That's what we end up doing, these invisible people and shit. We try to come up to these invisible people and shit and tell them something real quick while we discrediting the real niggas for these hoe-ass motherfuckers. Because a lot of these niggas we talking to on these invisible people, these motherfuckers be like, what's up with the people? Them niggas is miserable-minded ass, nerd-ass, fuck motherfuckers, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Ferocious facts. And I just don't understand how how these invisible nerd-ass motherfuckers became more important than the game and the gang. I don't understand. I don't understand how, because I done seen several niggas that's part of the gang keep covering the gang's RICO case. And that's just not mafia. It's not, bruh. That's just not mafia. So you mean to tell me my loyalty ain't to the gang no more? My loyalty ain't even to the gang culture no more. My loyalty more to the nerds out here that we call the people and to helping the police. Because that's all we doing, bruh. If the FBI just got up there on the thing and told you they was watching podcasts, why is this even still a conversation on podcasts? You know what I'm talking about? Why is it still a conversation on podcasts? If we got motherfuckers sitting around here, bruh, do you realize this was going on now? Now niggas show up to your court date like it's the Warriors game. Now niggas show up to court dates like it's a football game. Ferocious facts. Ain't even gonna put no money on them niggas' books. Nowadays, we got a million nerds looking up niggas' back numbers. Ain't even finna send them no money. Ferocious facts. Ferocious facts. Friday it is. And this shit just done got to a sad point, bruh. And then it got to a sad point to where the niggas who do that kind of content, they get real bold with it and they get real juice. And like, I can understand if you making some money off that shit. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't got to listen to me. But if we going on Ferocious Facts Friday, bruh, everything we out here doing, bruh, is a disservice to the people. It's a disservice to the niggas who really, because a lot of you niggas ain't never put no work in this real world. And that's where the lines get blurry. See, all you niggas that ain't never did no real work in this real world, you ain't never put in no work for the game. You ain't never put in no work for the game. But you get to have an opinion on it. See, that's where the lines get blurred. Ferocious Facts Friday. Just like if we firepower. Firepower. Just like if we keeping it real on Ferocious Facts Friday, and somebody gonna say, bro, that's just the way you see it. You could use that as a rationalization. We shouldn't even be talking like, if we getting some motherfucking clips from Trenches News, our title shouldn't even be about nobody who telling. Oh, my mama. Worldwide, man. If we getting some clips from Trenches News, if we using this man content right there, the content that we getting from this man, our content that we using from this man shouldn't be nothing about snitching, bruh. We shouldn't be going to get no content from Trenches News, then come up here and try to tell you who's snitching. We just shouldn't do that, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? That's a contradictory in itself. And I know I'm probably a motherfucker that contradict myself, you know what I'm talking about, on numerous occasions. On numerous occasions. You know how Bray is with his vocabulary. You know what I'm talking about? Numerous occasions. You know what I'm talking about? See, because that's y'all. I don't come up here like I'm from the standpoint of I'm better than y'all, I'm more solid than y'all. Nah, bro, just when I get to talking, that's how you feel. I ain't never said I was anything but me, nigga. I ain't never claimed to be nothing but me. I ain't never claimed to be nothing else, bro. That's y'all that put them labels on a nigga. I think I'm this, or I just think I'm me. That's all I think. I'm me. You know what I'm talking about? And I think what me is more than what you are. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm willing to bet my money on that. What I am is more than what you is. But hey, that's a matter of opinion. You get what I'm saying? But I don't come from that standpoint. I really come from the standpoint of let's get it together, man. Because y'all got to understand about breath. I came from the world when it was a little bit different. I done been around long enough to see, and I know some motherfuckers out there that's older than me. Shout out Steve Gilmore. I ain't seen him in a while. I hope everything all right with you, my brother. Shout out Steve Gilmore. You know what I'm talking about? I hope that man is all right, because we just ain't heard from Steve Gilmore in a minute. I haven't. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe somebody have, you know what I'm talking about? And just me, I know that ain't like Steve Gilmore, so I hope my man all right. Because my man used to be up here every day just like bro with his message. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out Steve Gilmore, wherever he at. I hope everything is all right with you, my brother. Real rounds. Bro really fucks with the people. On some real shit. That's why I could come up here and talk, bro. I'm one of y'all. That's why, like, I'm inside this shit right with you, bro. And I can see this shit. This shit ain't gonna help us, bro. This shit is weakening y'all, bro. This shit is turning y'all more into that hoe. This shit is turning y'all more. And every time I say that, bro, I know that's the part that gets you, man. I ain't acting like no hoe. I ain't acting like no bitch. Is you, though? If you could just calm down for 1 minute, you know what I'm talking about? Take the sting out of bruh's words, man, and just look at your actions, bruh. Don't rationalize them. Just look at what you're doing. Don't say, man, fuck it, I'm getting some money. Don't do none of that, bruh. You get what I'm saying? Because once you get into that point right there, you can make that shit understandable. Just look at what you're doing, bruh, and ask yourself, was you raised like that? That's all you got to do. And if we just look in the mirror and we keep it real with ourselves, bruh, we'll stop being proud of this shit. This is why, not just this computer, bro. If you ever get paid for something, that could become dangerous. If you don't have a hold on yourself. If yourself is not buckled down, that shit could be dangerous, bro. I'm not bullshitting with you. Because you'll throw common sense out the window because of that money. You can always rationalize something with some money. You can go kiss a nigga and say you got paid for it. You ain't tripping off what nobody said. You know what I'm talking about? And if they would have gave them as much money as they gave you for kissing a nigga, they would have did it too. You get what I'm saying? You can always make a rationalization with some money, bro. You can always say the reason you did something was for some money, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And that's where the emergency brake come in on your integrity at, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? It's up to you to make wise decisions, grasshopper. You know what I'm talking about? They say, Blood, why you fuck with it like that? Because if I don't, ain't nobody else is, man. That's some real shit. You know what I'm talking about? They say, bruh, we still bouncing. Bouncing. You know what I'm talking about? They say, bro, you ain't used that one in a while. Bouncing. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we still bouncing. We gonna bounce our way right on up the hill. You know what I'm talking about? Boink, 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 boink. Remember Keyword? Boink, boink, boink. You get what I'm saying? My nigga, I was talking to my niggas last night, man. My niggas was rolling, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? I caught two of them niggas in the car together. First thing them niggas, the first thing they told me is, you know what I'm talking about? They was around somewhere trying to put their clamps on one of them, you know what I'm talking about? They was running around, you know what I'm talking about? Trying to put their clamps on something. You know what I'm talking about? That was the first thing they told me. Second thing, they asked me, did I have my robe on? God damn, bro. You know what I'm talking about? They say, Blood, why you be fucking with it like that? My other nigga said, because if I don't, ain't nobody else is, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And this is off subject a little bit because I'm just ferocious facts. This is how they gonna do you now. You see Brandon took a few. Now, this is how the world is. Say around next year, 2 years or something like that, right? And I wasn't in the same position. This is how the world go. This is how they try to tease you. A motherfucker, they'll start calling around or the rumors start talking about, man, you don't see that nigga putting on that robe no more. And this is the conversation that will start on you. You get what I'm saying? Just a few months ago, niggas was eating big and showing big plates and wearing robes. And now I'm talking about this is the conversation that will start on you. That's how you know they watching. You get what I'm saying? Niggas ain't doing that shit no more. Niggas must have fell off. You get what I'm saying? This is a conversation that'll start on you. Taking away from the fact that I made videos with that motherfucker on. You know what I'm talking about? All that shit, where's the robe at now and all that shit is a discredit, nigga. Thousands of videos that I made with that motherfucker on. So you ain't gonna never get credit for wearing the robe. They just gonna talk about you when you ain't got that motherfucker on no more. See, what you don't get is, if I never put that motherfucker on, when I didn't have that motherfucker on no more, wouldn't even be a conversation. Ooh. You know what I'm talking about? I gotta get you something to talk about. And that's why I don't make ferocious facts. That's why I don't do that shit. I come up here, try to drop some game off to you. You can see it however you want to. I don't really give a fuck. But that's why I don't do that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Because I am the content. Do you realize when you do your own thing, people's, however they talk about you or whatever? Because I don't believe that shit about that, if they ain't hating on you, you ain't doing nothing. I don't believe that shit. If that ain't some nigga shit, that shit don't even make no sense to me. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all just used to hating. Y'all just used to talking about people. You done got in the habit of teasing people. I came from the day where motherfuckers there was always hate around. So I'm not saying like I came from a superior day where there was no snitching. Niggas was always telling. Niggas was always doing whole shit. It just wasn't cool to do. So that shit stayed at a minimum. The player shit overruled everything, bruh. Niggas been telling before I was born, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? They was snitching to God and shit, nigga. The mafia was snitching, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody was telling that shit been going on. It just wasn't cool. That's why back in the day, with all the people you seen snitch on the mafia, where they go? Witness protection program. You didn't see nothing from them people no more. You didn't see them people tell and come back and make music videos and all. You didn't see that. Them people disappeared forever. You didn't see motherfuckers still trying to, it wasn't cool to hang out. You was embarrassed. Now they taking that shit and they making that shit a reward instead of an embarrassment. You know what I'm talking about? They trying to reward you for going against the code. Ferocious facts. And they really painting that shit wrong, bruh, because that shit still will get you in trouble in this day, bruh. In this day, telling on somebody will still get you in trouble. In this day, all this shit you see motherfuckers running around here and doing, that shit'll get you in trouble somewhere, bruh. I don't know where, but that shit is still in today's time will get you in trouble somewhere, bro, because them is not good ethics. They just not. And y'all might get the rest of the world with that shit. You'll just never get me with that shit. Ferocious facts. Friday it is, man. Just like I said, folks, we supposed to be part of the gang. We supposed to be part of the gang. Now, nigga, we come up here, we just do too much nobody ass shit. Trying to be seen. We just come up here talking about other people, implicating other people in crimes. Trying to be seen. Ferocious facts. We ain't even tripping off the harm we doing in real life because we chasing some invisible numbers in the virtual world. And ferocious facts. Why you think niggas try to claim? See, if you ain't never been the guy, this computer shit will help you. You know what I'm talking about? It'll make you look like something even though you that mark. I told you, I've been up here for 3 years, man. 3 years straight. I ain't took no breaks. Definition of great. Little bit of belief and some faith is all it takes. I was bold enough. Sometimes you got to call to expose the bluff. Y'all act like hoes too much. Running in behind niggas, holding they nuts. Let them go. Watch this, I bet he don't. Grown man bragging about being petty, folks. Man, that shit disgusting. You niggas sound just like that big bitch fussing with all that back and forth. And when this grown man gonna act according? I'm really somebody. I ain't gotta act important. I'm really old school. Take you back to Horseman across the street from Armand House. I know you probably wondering why I got one arm out of this hoodie. Gonna take you a guess. They say, bro, you the rawest motherfucker ever. Off the head, bro. No bullshit. You know what I'm talking about? Off the head. No bullshit. Ferocious facts. I'm the hardest, rawest motherfucker around this motherfucker. Ferocious facts. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man. We used to have loyalty and our obligation used to be to the gang. If you get what I'm saying. Now it's to the invisible people. We act like the invisible people jumped us in. So we gotta go everywhere else picking up intel to come back and spread the gossip. And this is the world we creating for our own. This is the world we creating for our kids and our grandkids. Y'all think about that while y'all creating this world. We creating a world where niggas try to use the word content on anything. So now you can put snitching. You can put content on that. You know what I'm talking about? Helping the police. You can put content on that. You get what I'm saying? Player hating. We could put content on that. This is just content. This is that, man. Ain't none of that shit content. How are you a content creator when you using other people's videos? You know what I'm talking about, man? What did you create? Your opinion on somebody else's opinion? You niggas so straight out of comic book, bro. Don't get caught up in these fantasy games. That's how the shit get blurred line in real life, bro. That's how like niggas sitting up here talking about they standing on business while they helping the police. That's how you get blurry lines, bro. How niggas talking about I'm real for helping the police solve murder cases, bro. That's how you get blurred lines, folks. Ain't nothing real about that shit. Ain't nothing standing on business on that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, got motherfuckers running around here using YouTube verbiage, unalive, and all. Man, I'm not saying that square ass shit. You know what I'm talking about? Pause. No, I'm not saying that square ass shit, bro. I don't use society catchphrases. And if you don't look out, bro, that's all they gonna turn you into, somebody else catchphrase. You gonna be running around here, you watch so many people, bro, you know everything cool these niggas say to you, don't you? That shit sound cool to you, don't it? You know what I'm talking about? You niggas don't straight out of comic book, bro. You gotta have your own dialogue. You know what I'm talking about? If nothing else. You gotta have your own dialogue, bro. You gotta fuck with it the way you fuck with it. Ferocious Facts Friday. You become the content, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Look, they talking about shit right now, right? And they still ain't talking about what a motherfucker did. They talking about what a motherfucker said. You get what I'm saying? You ain't trying to get big for what you did. You're trying to get big for what you said. last long. You ain't gonna be able to sustain that, bro. Because there's only so much you can say. You know what I'm talking about? There's only so much you can say before you have to do. If you told a nigga you was gonna give him $100 and you never did, you kept telling him that, guess what? But you said, man, I'm gonna give you $100. I got you. I got you. Ferocious Facts Friday. And we just creating a fucked up world, folks. And I ain't bullshitting with us. You know what I'm talking about? We creating a fucked up world. You feel me? We living in the day where the gangs covering the gangs. And not only is gangs covering gangs, niggas done got so comfortable in this shit. This is why this shit get dangerous, bruh. You got 30 different motherfuckers coming up here trying to give you, trying to create a perspective of what the judge or the DA gonna say to some niggas that's fighting a RICO case, a federal RICO case. You got nerds up here that ain't never been to jail in their life. Niggas is reading laws and shit. You know what I'm talking about? They ain't even fighting the case, bruh. Niggas all in the law library ain't even fighting no case, bruh. Do you get what I'm saying? How goofy is that? You ain't finna become a paralegal, or you ain't finna try to help your partner on the crime. Niggas is just reading crimes to be, niggas is reading the law library being nosy, bruh. You ain't even fighting no life case. You ain't even trying to get back on the appeal. They got niggas, they got nerds in the law library, man. This is what we done, Ferocious Facts Friday, man. Just let that sink in, though. They got nerds in the law library trying to come tell you what the DA gonna say. Then they got niggas that's supposed to be representing the gang. Bruh, you know how many times I've been to jail, nigga? You know how many times I had to fight some serious shit, nigga? On some real shit, nigga? How the fuck can I come up here? Nigga, I didn't know what they was gonna tell me. How the fuck can I come up here and say, man, the DA gonna do this? No, I can't tell you this. What I can tell you is the shit that I can tell you. Like when niggas be talking about the police or PC you up because you got too much fame or you big, you can, bro, but you also can sign a release form. Now I can tell you that. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's just in there. You know what I'm talking about? That's just in the penitentiary, bro. You can sign a release form to stay in GP. The penitentiary just ain't liable for you no more. Because you know how you niggas are always trying to sue the penitentiary. You know what I'm talking about? On some real shit. So that's all it does. You know what I'm talking about? I could tell you something like that. But you already in jail. That's kind of like the jail rules, bro. Unless you I ain't never been nowhere where you couldn't sign a release form, though. You know what I'm talking about? Because they only could keep you in the hole for so long. That's just like on the bill, bro. They got to give you a bill. There's only like 2 things that can keep you from getting a bill, bro. But having a bill is your constitutional right. It might take you a while to get a bill, bro, but them people got to give you a bill. I think it's like, I want to say if you a flight risk or if you a threat to the community, if they could prove some shit like that. They can't just say that. They got to prove some shit like that. But you got hella appeals and shit, bro. You get what I'm saying? You got hella writs and it's just hella shit that you could do, that you could counter. Your counsel could counter. Do you get what I'm saying? So we just don't know. That's all I'm saying. Ferocious Facts Friday. But we done got into a day where so-called gang members that come up here and put themselves in the position of the judge and the DA and tell you that another man case finna go like this. And we just projecting because these people ain't even came up for their hearings or nothing. But we could come up here and tell the people, you know what I'm talking about, just because we might have been a county a few times or something, and we could tell you what the federal judge gonna do. Or we'll run around here and go to the law library and we'll read all this constitutional shit right there, man, and tell you in a case like this would normally happen, bro. You ain't gonna never know what normally happen. You don't know what kind of tricks this nigga counsel got, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Ferocious Facts Friday. So what I'm saying is, bro, if you're gonna report on the story, I don't see why you would do that, bro. But why don't y'all just stop reporting on the story? and we wouldn't even have this problem. But y'all gonna call it content. I get it. You know what I'm talking about? But if y'all gonna report on the story, bro, why don't y'all stop putting words in the judge and the DAs and the police in the mouth? Why don't y'all stop coming up here to the people telling them it's gonna go something like this, bro? Because all that shit is just a form of dry snitch or player hating on the nigga who really fighting a case. You get what I'm saying? Because this is one thing I can tell you for sure. Ferocious Facts Friday, all this blogging and all that shit, that don't help the niggas that's in jail. You get what I'm saying? And y'all so scandalous. This invisible power right here, y'all ain't even talking about the goofy motherfuckers who putting themselves out there to be talked about. Y'all talking about motherfuckers that you see trying to stay under and fight they shit. Because we became, in the world, this society, we ain't got so powerful to where we could just crucify you. We could judge you without you even going to your proper trial and shit. We could just say, I know you did it. We could keep coming up with just like TMZ. We can go find a mama and ask her opinion. Man, listen, bro, on some real shit, if the game was fair, that shit right there alone would interfere with their case. You know what I'm talking about? How the fuck you gonna ask somebody and they gonna tell you, I feel it in my heart, and start talking about God and shit, right? You ain't got no proof. You just feel it in your heart. So, you know the legal system don't work on mother's intuition. And RIP all the people. I'm just telling, like, y'all just don't see the injustice. They say, bro, because they did my partner like that. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out Tata. Y'all don't understand the shit. Because that's how dirty they is, bro. I told you what they did, man. The DA just put some pictures up there of a victim that's all fucked up and shit that wasn't even in evidence. And put that shit up there for about them people to look at for about 10 minutes. Motherfuckers all fucked off and shit, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And y'all act like that don't play a part. Everybody in the scene and shit. So you can't even get no fair shake. Then they told them people, oh man, this wasn't in the thing. Strike that from the record. Like you can strike that shit out of people's face. Out their memory, I mean. After you done sit there and let them watch the victim fucked up for about 10 minutes. They just bought some shit up in there and set that shit up in there for them people to look at that wasn't even supposed to be up in there. You get what I'm saying? This is how dirty they'll play with you. They'll put a thought in people's head, bro. You get what I'm saying? Get your ass life without parole, man. Even though you're going to get back. But you still got to sit down 12, 15, 8, you know what I'm talking about? You still got to take all that time out your life to get back on some shit that wasn't even supposed to happen. Y'all don't understand that shit. Ferocious Facts Friday. So all I'm saying is, Ferocious Facts. We don't even get the people the fair shake no more because we want the story, even though it's none of our business. We'll get you in trouble. We don't give a fuck about you, your wife, your kids, your family, because you shouldn't have did it. And once it's on the internet, we gonna cover it because that give us the right. I told y'all we done gave ourselves way too much invisible power on this in this society right here. Ferocious Facts Friday. You could come up here, you so powerful, you could talk about somebody dead kids and shit. Ferocious Facts. Don't even know them people. You can just come up here with a story talking about they sacrificed them. You know what I'm talking about? Ferocious Facts Friday. Y'all don't have no class. Ferocious Facts. Y'all hella boosie. Ferocious Facts. Y'all might say, I'm boosie. Ferocious Facts. You know what I'm talking about? We all got a little bit of boostiness to us. You know what I'm talking about? You just got to embrace your boosie. You know what I'm talking about? You can't be afraid to be boosie to somebody. You know what I'm talking about? Fuck you niggas. You know what I'm talking about? You can't be afraid to be boozing. You can't be afraid to body slam one of these niggas. You just got, nigga, you just gotta, you gotta throw caution to the wind and go. You know what I'm talking about? Nephew says, old man, old lady. Nephew says, old man, old lady. What'd you say, bro? Lady. You know what I'm talking about? On some real shit, bro. And that's just how this shit roll out. That's just how this shit roll out, folks. But Ferocious Facts Friday, man. We living in a day where everything is backwards on some real shit, bro. It's just games. It's just games. And if you'll listen, you can see the games. But I don't even know why you would want to listen. Like, it shouldn't even take that long. You should just see the games off top. But they gonna fuck society up in the name of content. They gonna make everything cool in the name of content, and it's gonna be cool. But watch when that shit close a little bit closer to home. Then y'all gonna understand the monster that you created. You know what I'm talking about? But what do I know? Only you could prevent forest fires, man. With that one right there. Always remember, it don't cost nothing. Just to show a little bit of that love.